everyone, thanks again for joining me. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm Anne, and I give general love readings focusing on divine partners, and that includes soulmates, twin flames, karmic connections, past life connections, and all love relationships that pertain to you. If this is your first time landing on my channel, I hope you can stay and watch this video. I'm sure there's a message in this video that was sent to you so that you can use for your highest good. Okay, so now that we're coming towards the end of July and soon end of Mercury retrograde, I know a lot of us is like counting the days and can't wait, but remember, we have a shadow phase, a post-shadow phase, like for 2 weeks. So after the initial retrograde is over, there's going to be a shadow phase. And I find for me, the shadow phase seems to be more intense. During the retrograde, maybe because I'm more aware of it, it just works out like that. Prior and after is when I feel the effects. So try not to like be so hard on yourself if you're feeling like still antsy, or you're feeling anxious, or you're still feeling frustrated because things are just not going the way they should. Just remember, it's just temporary. And now we're coming into like different areas of energies with Lionsgate portal coming in, and the gateway is like an opening for energy, so you may be feeling intensity from there. So this is all a combination of everything. You know, we can't blame it all on what's happening in the universe, but it is an influence. Okay, so for Divine Masculine, we got the Awakening card, as you can see. Awakening. So divine masculines are starting to go through an awakening. This is a new beginning. Like we talked about last week, new beginning, new changes with the choices. Awakenings are beginning with divine masculine. So something is like a rumbling on inside. Something is starting to change. Divine masculine is not necessarily always going to be secluded from the world. They too can feel like there's something there's something happening, because I know a lot of divine feminines will ask me what's going on with the divine masculine, you know, and it's like, I have to say, it lives inside of all of us, so I can't really define both what they're going through. I just try to balance things so that we can use it to our highest good, because remember, divine masculine, divine feminine lives inside of all of us. So this reading is not just for that person that you're inquiring about or you're looking for, but more of like, it's something to help you to get stronger with that person, if that makes sense. So you have the power. Divine masculine has the power. Call upon the elements. Focus your attentions with the greatest dragon within you. Very nice. I like that. Yeah, so like everything that's going on with the divine masculine awakening that is about to happen, that is what it's currently happening, is starting to wake up. It's kind of like when you see things starting to wake up, you know, as we come into like a new season. Sometimes it's like you start to see, like in the springtime, new beginnings. And for those of you who are just like getting towards the end of winter, you know what I'm talking about, because energies are starting to feel differently. And that's where divine masculine is starting to feel differently. It's kind of like that springtime energy that's coming through. And we saw this before, but then it kind of like spiraled down a little bit, because divine masculine has this ego-based energy where they hide behind their ego. And that's something that divine masculine has, like I have to say, that dominates them more than a divine feminine. Though the divine feminine does have that ego, divine masculine has to start releasing that. When they release, they seem to surrender, they let go, but then they seem to accumulate it right back. It's like it goes right back to that area. So controlling that and understanding that divine masculine believes. You need to believe. You need to find that belief energy inside of you, because if you don't believe, how is anything going to manifest? In order to get what you want, it's really up to you to manifest that energy and take with it whatever you can, and believe in your heart. Remember, we talked about the glass being half empty. Divine feminine sometimes lean towards the glass half empty, where the divine masculine tends to run and tries to cover it up. Well, this time it's kind of like reversed. Divine Masculine is starting to feel that energy that's coming through, that there's a new beginning. It's going to recharge them, and rebirth is about to happen. So we're seeing something new with the Divine Masculine more than ever, and I'm happy to see this actually, because it looks like the Divine Masculine has been leaning towards like wanting, needing, thinking, but not doing. You see? Doing and starting over again, because the power is inside of them. And I've got this song going in my head, you got the power. You got the power. We all got the power. We got the power to change. And if we just awaken inside of us and believe that it's going to happen, well, that's exactly what's going to happen. We have this like intuition, or we're empathic, or we can feel things. Everybody has a gift. You know, I always talk about gifts being given to us, but we don't use them. We tend to get lazy about it. It's like kind of like, you know, we pick up our smartphone. Oh, I need to find this. Dip, 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 dip. Or speak into it like I do with Suri. And what happens there is automatically we don't use our brain. That's where the Divine Masculine, that's why I was getting to a point. That's where the Divine Masculine is starting to awaken. They're starting to think. You know, instead of being lazy about it and sweeping it under the rug and just saying, okay, I'm just going to leave it go, I'm just going to let it go, I'm just not going to pay attention to it, they're starting to realize there's more out there with a relationship. There is more out there. You have the power to do this. If you don't follow what that gift that you have, you'll never find it. Seriously, guys, if you don't follow what is inside of you, that rebirth, that manifestation that you're trying to focus on, everything that you're trying to work on, it's not going to happen. Seriously. And when it doesn't happen, you get frustrated, and the Divine Masculine tends to just run even further. Or the Divine Masculine just hides and just doesn't want to pay attention to it, just doesn't want to deal with it. This is where the Divine Masculine needs to deal with it and believe that something good is going to happen. Letting go, as you can see with this card. Divine Feminines, you can see it too by letting go. And I don't mean letting go of what your heart is telling you. I'm talking about letting go of your ego. Yeah, Divine Feminines have enormous amount of ego. Now, normally we see it with the Divine Masculines, with the ego-based energies. It looks like, that's why I said it, things are being reversed. I like that. I really do. I like when things are shaken up a little bit, because it kind of like means there's something going on. So with everything that's happening with Divine Masculine, Divine Feminines are starting to have faith as well. Having the faith that that relationship that maybe is not going too well, or has been distant, or finding that new relationship, it's going to happen. Believe you are not alone. Spirit is right beside you. Ask for guidance and it will come. Yeah, asking for guidance, believing, feeling, understanding, have faith. Trust the process. Sometimes your process might seem like it's impossible and it's difficult, but when you have faith, when you believe, when you trust by letting go of that fear that it's not going to happen, whoops, okay, it's gone, sorry, big wasp. Sorry, if I jump again, you guys know why, but I won't cut the video, I'll just edit it, I guess. So anyways, what I was saying is that letting go and having faith that it's something that is inside of you, that if you don't pay attention to what you're feeling in your heart, it's not going to amplify the energies to manifest what you're looking for. Manifestation, visualization, putting out that feeling that it's going to happen. And it's not like a fairy tale, guys, because we live in the real world and we look at what's real and what's around us, and we are realistic. Okay, I'm realistic, you're realistic, but if we don't believe and if we don't have faith, oh, I just saw a butterfly. I was about to jump. That's beautiful. That's a divine message, because it's all coming through. First a big bug flying around, and now a butterfly. So it's a message from the divine saying it's directed to you. Have faith. It's going to work out. because you need to find the beauty inside of you. I am beautiful, as this card says. I am beautiful. Not just beautiful on the outside, guys. That can be fixed. That, you know, makeup, or not makeup, I should say, overall maintenance, whatever we do for women anyways, men too. That's beautiful, yes. But that's not true beauty, guys. Really and truly, the beauty is within. Like I talked about last week, beauty is not on the outside. It's mind, body, and spirit. That's what's beautiful. You have to believe that you are beautiful inside. You have to find the beauty inside of you. Not just what your physical appearance is. If you're not feeling like you are youthful anymore, or you're gaining weight, or you're just getting older, so what? We all do that. That's just part of life. Beauty is inside of us, and it doesn't matter what you do on the outside, because you can shine that light without anything on the outside. Now, I talked about this before, and I have a complete video about what I feel about makeup and, you know, maintenance, and, you know, self-maintain and self-care is really important. I love it all. I love making things beautiful, as you could see around me, but it comes from within. It's just that's just who I am. Be who you are. That's what this card is telling you, Divine Feminine. Be who you are, because you're healing. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing to yourself. But are you really feeling beautiful on the inside? Sometimes people say, I am beautiful, and they got such an attitude about it, right? Not that I'm saying that's a wrong thing to have an attitude, but they have like this aggressive feeling that, hey, I'm beautiful, and I just feel it, and I don't need no one to tell me that I'm beautiful. You know what? You know, I didn't mean it like that. And I hope I'm not offending nobody, but I'm just trying to say it in a beautiful way, because you are beautiful and you are amazing, no matter how you want to put it, how you want to put it out there. But you are healing too. So sometimes there's something inside the internal areas inside of you, a wound, something that you may feel like it needs to heal a little while longer. It's all self-reflection as we go through Mercury retrograde towards the end of it. It's self-reflect, meditating over who you are, what you want, and putting out positive intentions, because this is what it's all about. You want this relationship to work out, but though you're not feeling good about it, or you're not feeling good inside your skin because you're not feeling good about yourself, it's time to change that. It's time to just make a new start, a new beginning, a new feeling of, you know what, I'm just going to go with it, whatever, go with the flow. You know what, if I'm getting older, if I'm gaining weight, if I'm losing weight, if I'm not being the best that I can be inside of my skin, I'm just going to go with it, because that's life, and I love life, and I'm happy to be here. You know, whatever your health is, whatever you're feeling, whatever situation you're going through, I don't know, but it's part of the healing, because we get pushed down sometimes. People can push us down. People can bring us down. You know, there's a lot that goes on with, you know, people trying to intimidate many of us. It happens to me all the time. It may happen to you as well, but when they intimidate and they try to kind of like, I'm not saying like a negative way, okay, but kind of like bullying you, that you need to be some way, and you need, you know, kind of like expectations from other people. We kind of like sometimes look at it as, is that the way it's supposed to be? No, that's not the way it's supposed to be. But it can do something to us, if that makes sense, okay? That's where the healing comes in, because we put that shield in front of us. And that's where I was talking about, sometimes people are guarded when they say they're beautiful. You know what I mean? If somebody like picked on someone you loved, a sister, daughter, son, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, whatever, you would get like kind of upset. But when somebody picks on you, sometimes you don't realize it, you don't feel it, and right away you may feel like you're intimidated by it. Oh, did I say something wrong? Remember we talked about before, I'm saying I'm sorry too much, or putting that feeling down about ourselves, in a sense. That's where you have to be a little bit more like, no, I'm not going to let that person do this to me. I'm not going to tell them off. I'm just going to, you know, tell them nicely, I don't want to hear this, and walk away. I like the approach better with turning the other cheek. and you know, just letting the universe, letting God handle it. It's just the way I handle things. How you handle things is your way, but you know, I'm here to guide you, and you know, I do it the best that I can. That it's good to follow what your own intuition is. Like I talked about, divine masculines, using your power, using your strength for that rebirth, awakening. As we could see, new beginnings, changes. It's building up. It's building up since the past few readings that awakening is about to happen, but you have to believe. If you don't believe, it's not going to happen, guys. It's not. Divine feminines, letting go of that energy that you're feeling defeated or you're feeling intimidated, because it can lash out into like a negative cloud, kind of like, you know, not feeling yourself, you know, kind of like feeling your energy has been, you know, kind of like your vibration is being brought down, I should say. But having the faith that it's going to occur, something that you're waiting for, something's going to happen. Believe, have faith, letting go, because you are beautiful, and you believe it because you are. It's part of your healing process. Healing is a big part right now of grounding ourselves for our soul center to feel complete, to feel whole, and more importantly, to feel good about ourselves. Sometimes we don't feel good about ourselves, and I go through those days as well. And I mean, it's a daily process of work on yourself, work, just like exercise. And I hope that you guys are getting out there, you know, because the outdoors is, you know, beautiful. And I love the outdoors. If you guys watch me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, you know I'm always outside in my park or beaches, and you know, just embracing nature. Even when it's cold outside or when it's extremely hot, I will get out as much as I can, because the energy just recharges me and it makes me feel good about everything. Despite of whatever you're going through, we all go through different things, and you know what? Every time we go through them, it's a life lesson. I went through a lot at the beginning of this year, but I've learned a lot from it, and it has helped me a lot to grow. So that's why I'm giving you the example that every time you go through something, there's always a reason why. You know, and I know people say, oh, what's the reason? What is it? Why did I have to go through that? I know it sucks. It's bad, you know, and it's like, why did this have to happen to me? Yeah, we can get mad, but that doesn't change the situation. Let's work with it. That's how I look at it. You know, you can get a punching bag and just, you know, kickbox or whatever you do. That's why I like outdoor activities. I like exercise, because it takes out that frustration. But you know what happens? It's just like a rainstorm. Like we've seen a lot of rain this past year as well. And then the sun shines, and then the light, and you see that rainbow. I love rainbows. It's about self-reflection and doing things for yourself to embrace that. That's what attracts the love. A relationship that you're going through, maybe it's a time for a relationship that it's mending, but you have to believe in it. It's coming back. There's reconciliation in the future for you guys. But if you don't believe, and if you don't have faith and do the things that you need to do for yourself, how's those awakenings going to happen? How is this change going to happen when you have this mask or shield in front of you? And when I say a mask and shield, we tend to guard ourselves from, you know, pain, like I said, past negativities. Maybe that person hurt you, and it's very hard to forgive them, even though they said they're sorry. Forgiveness is a big factor here. I know it's not something we can magically do, but trying to forgive, trying to just cope with it, erasing, letting go. Forgive that person, let go of that fear-based energy. Like I said, messages come through. Maybe they don't resonate with you in some degree, but then there's another message that comes through. Take what resonates with you, because that's something that was being said to you for you to use, okay? So I hope that this reading video resonated with you. There was a lot of powerful messages, and I was excited because I got a lot myself. If you guys, any of you would like to get your own personalized reading, as you all know, I do offer phone, chat, and email readings. The links are down below, and also I have blog articles that you can check out. Now, I've been a little bit on the busier side because I've been trying to put as much as I can in my schedule, but I also have, you know, a lot of other things that I'm doing, projects that I'm doing. So please be patient when you're booking a reading. I try to get to first come, first serve. And, you know, as much as I can, I try to get in as many as I can in a day. Email readings are more for convenience, so they may be spread it out up to 96 hours, but I usually get them done a lot sooner. So just letting you know, if you don't hear from me within that time period that I just said, please email me, okay? So if you have any other questions, just please post them down in the comments area. I always talk about, I will like answer them as quickly as I can, but the thing is that I don't do reading inside the comments area as well. So if those of you who are getting like no answer to your question, I don't like publicized readings, if that makes sense, okay? So again, I just want to thank you all for being there for me, and me being there for you has been like really like an honor for me. I'm happy to do these reading videos on a weekly basis, and you know, just being here like with social media, I love it. It's just incredible. It just I'm excited for more things to come, Lord willing. So until next time, God be with you all. Namaste.